All right, so what we're looking at here is an introductory workflow of how to utilize the 12 Labs nodes within n8n. So the pretty new nodes for the 12 Labs workflow. So instead of using the regular HTTP node that you would have, we have pre-configured ones that makes it so much easier to set this up. So if we're looking at this on the left side, we have manual trigger, could be a webhook, however you wanted to start this workflow. And then we go to the first step, which is the create index node. So if you're working with 12 Labs, it's important that, well, it's actually mandatory that you have an index, especially if you're working with a SaaS model, where you're actually going to actually index that content, where that footage is going to get pushed to, and that's where you're going to do the real work. So if we look at this node, we choose a resource, index. We're going to do the operation create. We're going to choose an index name, whatever you want it to call it, and then we're going to choose the models, one or both. It just depends on your workflow of which model you're going to be working with down the road, and then the types of options, visual or audio. Once we get that in, you're going to need to actually get the files up to the index to get indexed and basically prepared for the models to be run against. So we can choose read write files from disk. This could also be sent from a URL. So if we look at this, read write files from disk, write files from disk. Various different ways to get the files up there. And then we go to the upload, right? So this is the next section when I get those files in there. So we're going to grab those files and actually send it to that index that we just created. So we're going to choose video resource, upload from file. Right from here, technically it could be also upload from URL. So if we're going to get that S3 URL, we can push it from there as well. And then the data property and index ID. So it's important that we understand where this index is. So this is going to pull it from the other part of that n8n workflow that had come just before it. And then the next step is actually working with that content. So once it's indexed and ready to go, we could either do a search, we could do a chat with video, either one. So if we look at the search node, we got the demo API key right here. We got the video resource. So this is what we're going to choose for first. Operation is going to be search. Index ID, so you're going to pull that again from that left side, making sure that you understand which index you're actually going to look at. And then the query text, this could be whatever you want, something you're searching for. In this case, we're looking for an animated rabbit. We're going to look across visual and audio. So if it's seen or if it's said, we're going to be able to pull those results. And then basically some other different types of parameters that you can set and tune in this API of how deep you want it to go. So besides searching, we can also then chat with video utilizing the Analyze API. So if we look at this node, resource is going to be analysis this time. We're going to do a chat with video. We're going to pull that index ID. And in this case, we also want to pull the video ID because that's important that we're looking at an individual video to then extract that data from. So in the prompt, we're going to say something like, describe what happens in this video. What are the main subjects and actions? This could be extensive, very long, different types of prompts so that maybe you could pull out a whole bunch of metadata. You could ask for themes, keywords, summaries, different things that you want to take, and then maybe extract that to say like a YouTube description. So you could pull that data that can automatically come out of that and then just get automatically sent to your YouTube. So if you're making a short or you're automating making shorts, you're also automating, I don't even want to call it like the search engine optimization of your video as well. So that can all come out of this singular prompt in the Analyze API. So that's pretty much the introductory level phase of working with the 12 Labs APIs with the n8n nodes. I hope this helps, and let me know if you got any questions.